And I'm Natasha Burma. 6 men have been charged in connection to that brutal attack caught on camera, and the NYPD is still looking for more suspects. Let's get right to Fox 5's Kendall Green live in Times Square with the latest. Kendall?
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. This has become a pretty complex legal process in just a matter of days. Now there's a fear looming that the men involved with that attack could avoid being brought to justice. 2 of a dozen migrants accused in a vicious Midtown attack over the weekend appeared in court Thursday and stepped with droves of NYPD officers in a show of support for 2 of their own, pummeled on camera Saturday evening. The duo were the 6th and 7th arrest made Wednesday, but only 24-year-old Yohenry Brito was charged with robbery and felony assault in the attack. Concerning 21-year-old Yandri Badros, District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office declined to prosecute, citing a lack of evidence to prove his involvement.
We have to ask the question, why did these 4 individuals be released on their own recognizance?
Wednesday's arrest followed 4 migrants also arrested and charged in the assault Saturday, and 1 later Monday. Yet all were released but 1, who was under a supervised release. The calls for justice in the attack just keep coming in, including this one by the PPA president just outside of the courtroom Wednesday morning.
They brutally attacked a New York City police officer and a lieutenant. Our criminal justice system is upside down. It fails every day.
Governor Hochul behind the podium hinted deportation should be looked at for the migrants involved in the attack before saying it plainly and clearly.
Get them all and send them back. You don't touch our police officers. You don't touch anybody.
Republican Staten Island Congressman Nicole Malliotakis blaming politics.
Democratic policies at City Hall have made this much more difficult for our law enforcement than it needs to be.
But the road to capturing and convicting all of the attackers involved is getting rocky, as some have reportedly already fled the city.
And the problem that ICE has is that because the NYPD is prohibited from sharing information and the city is denying any detainer request, it makes it very difficult.
While officials in Mayor Adams' administrations argue joint local and federal pursuit of the accused shouldn't be that tall of a hurdle.
If the federal authorities are able to get a warrant for the arrest of these individuals, we are allowed to work with them and participate with that.
Meantime, Assistant Commissioner Cass Daughtry posted this video to X with a warning to the suspects.
We will scour the globe to find you if you commit any type of assault on one of our police officers.
Now, police are still on the search for the 5 individuals in connection with that attack. Anyone with information is asked to come forward. That's the latest from Times Square. Kendall Green, Fox 5 News.
Hey, well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day. God bless for tuning in. God bless for tuning in. And I just show you some news footage that took place in New York City last weekend in New York City, Times Square, where some migrants, as the sources say, according to the news sources, New York City News, the migrants attacked several migrants, male migrants attacked some police officers. As the police officers was maybe checking them or doing some kind of procedures, they attacked them. And my thing is this, man. Yes, NYPD, police officers in the whole, all over the globe, have one of the roughest jobs in the world. One of the roughest jobs in the world. Even when it comes to stop and frisk, car stopping, and the roughest jobs that you can never even imagine. Can never even imagine. Your life is at risk every day when you put on that uniform. Every day, your life is at risk. And the thing is that the law enforcement, while they're at risk, more and more the city, and the way how some politicians run things, it seems like your life is in danger at all times. But even before the politicians, even before then, the police officers, the reason why I'm saying NYPD a lot because I live in New York City, so we're used to saying NYPD. That means New York City Police Department. And the thing is that when you make arrest, your life sometimes could be flashed before your eyes, but when you make arrest, the procedures are long. The reason why I'm saying the procedures are long because right now, as we speak right now, I still do law enforcement, but I do it at a college setting and make arrest. Allowed to make arrests there. Allowed to write reports. Once you make arrest, you have to write a report. So those who don't know how hectic, how busy a law enforcement police officer's job is, and that's what it is. Job, you're busy. Even when you're in the station working, you're busy. Writing reports, looking at suspects, looking at accomplice to a crime, looking at criminal activity, listening to criminal activity on the dispatch, on the council. So I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been doing this for 26 years. So I know a thing or two about law enforcement and to know a thing or two about your life is at risk. Every time you put on that uniform, of course. There's no question about it. And you could be taking reports. Man, all my years of working in campus police, I've taken many reports, millions of reports, incidents, situations happening, domestic situations happening in college dorms, domestic situation happen, and NYPD police officers all over across the globe. I'm talking about taking domestic situation happening in homes or apartment residents, and sometimes you could have 3-4 a day. 3-4 a day. The reports got to be precise and specific and straight to the point. Yeah, straight to the point. Migrants come here. Some of them come for a better life, man. They come for a better life. Not only for a better life, but opportunities to work. A lot of men want to work as migrants. Some want to work, and some come and they waste time. Some come and they don't understand that the opportunity they have in their hands when they come. Some come and blow their opportunity. I remember going to in 2017 Haiti, and I had a mad guy there that lived in America for many years. He's Haitian. Many years. He lived in America, but he was deported because he got caught up into the wrong things, got caught up into the wrong situation, wrong things. He was deported. No longer could come back to the States, and he got deported. Same thing with these young men that attack the police officers in Times Square. Once they catch them, they're getting deported. You heard what Kathy Hochul said. Yes, many skies are gray. Many skies are gloom when you're working in law enforcement. Some days you have an easy day, but many days, some days, the skies are gray, just gloomy and gray, like it is in New York City right now. Just hoping to get a sunshine, hoping to get a nice sunny day. And sometimes it don't come. Enough respect to the police officers across the globe. Enough respect to the police officers across the globe that risk their life every day to protect citizens. Yes, they have some bad apples, and they have some racist and bad apples in law enforcement. Of course, there's bad apples in every agency. But respect the decent ones that go out there and risk their life every day to protect citizens out there. Big up and respect to them all the time. Eric Adam knows that's not an easy job because he was also involved in law enforcement for a long period of time before he became New York City mayor. For a long period of time. Had a career in law enforcement. I think he was a chief, lieutenant, had a high-ranking law enforcement officer, and now he's New York City mayor. Hey, running the city the best way he can, but when the migrants coming in, the fluctuation of migrants coming in, man, oh man, it became crazy. The more people that let into the city, is the more crime is going to go up. As you can see, that's not going to be the only thing that some migrants do. Some migrants may do more, cause more criminal mischief. Some migrants might cause more crime because you're allowing people in that you just don't know. Nothing wrong with letting people in, but when you when numbers and numbers and numbers of people coming in, you just don't know who you're letting in. Hear what Governor Kathy Hochul in New York City said? Catch them and deport them. That's what she said. Not tolerate people touching police, law enforcement, police officers. Catch them and deport them. Yes, your life is truly at risk when you put on that uniform. And the thing is this. The more people that come in is the more risk that you take, especially in the city, in the major cities. Some people are going to come in and seize opportunity and take opportunities. They want to work. They want to provide for their family. They want to maybe send some money back home to their families. Migrants coming into the U.S. And some is going to get complacent and cause criminal mischief. Some is going to, I'm sure this is not going to be the only crime you hear. Attacking police officers in Times Square. There may be more. Maybe down the line, there may be more. And the thing is that if you're a person, if you're a person that you just put on the uniform, you don't pray, you don't ask God for protection, it's fair game. Even when you pray and ask God for protection, things may happen, but God protects you. God protects you. And I noticed that every time I pray, before I go into my time of duty, my time of work, every time I pray, I always pray first of all, I pray for the protection of my family. I pray for the protection of the staff where I work at. I pray for the protection of my colleagues. And I pray for the protection of the students who attend the college. Every time I'm on duty, even before I go in. Why? Because as a believer of Christ, I believe in prayer. I believe in when it's like for example now, I'm trying to give an example. The Bible story when Moses, the story of Moses when Ramses, the Pharaoh, was hardened his heart against the Lord. And as he hardened his heart against the Lord, it was a moment in a time during the plagues when God ordered one of the Israelites, the Hebrews, to put a blood stain on the doors of every family in Egypt. Put a blood stain, and that blood stain was to protect from the death angel that was going around killing every, I think, firstborn child in Egypt. And as the death angel passed through Egypt, it was killing every firstborn in Egypt, including Pharaoh's firstborn, male child. So my point in this story is, once you're covered under the blood of Jesus, and once you're covered, God protects you. He protects you. Once you pray and ask God for protection, He protects you. And that's our bloodstain, modern day bloodstain today. That's our modern day bloodstain. When God protects you, you pray for protection. You have to. When you step out the four doors, the four corners of your walls, you have to pray. Before you get up, you pray. Before you step out the door, you pray. And I emphasize the word prayer quite a bit because it's important. You got to intercede with the Lord. Even if you have to take a few minutes, take 5 minutes to pray. Breathe a word of prayer before you pull out that car. Breathe a word of prayer before you put on that uniform. If you're a security, law enforcement officer, breathe a word of prayer. It's important. While the live word today is coming out of Proverbs 18, verses 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runs into it, and he is safe. Well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe. Be safe out there. I got more coming to you. God bless.